Hello, everyone. While Frontier has not released any information for Planet Zoo or really anything of import for Jurassic World Evolution 3 during their Frontier Unlocked, the Prehistoric Kingdom has been busy. And so we've got our July Dev Diary. It's quite exciting, all the stuff that we get to see. You can kind of see some of it right here. But let's get into it right now, if you don't know who I am, I'm Greyhammer. I do a lot of different simulation game content, either with news or with speed builds and things like that. So, if you find that kind of stuff interesting, go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more stuff like this. But let's get straight on into just what are we doing here? And yeah, we're a month away from update 15, which is going to add nesting. Going to be really cool. Here we can see a screenshot of some of the velociraptors doing so. Looks like we've got, I think this is a male. I haven't built for the velociraptors yet, so I don't know what their color patterns are or dimorphism, but looks really cool. They were trying to get public testing out in July, but weren't able to because of so many things. So the initial testing will include the Gallimimus, paleobotany, paleoflora, animal courtship, breeding, and nesting. Animal look IKs, we'll go about that a little bit more later. Animal milestones, again, something we'll do more later. A new nursery menu, new landscaping menu, and improvements. New research trees, improved world grid, and challenge mode rebalance. Other things that will come in late August for the full update will be the Oviraptor, animal aggression and fleeing threat behaviors, the vegetation browsing, and new feeders and feeder enrichment items, which we'll get into later. We get our first look really at what the Oviraptor is going to look like in game here, and they're just doing a little spiel about Oviraptors are actually kind of small. Most people think of them as large, and that's because of the Psittacipodi, which would be another cool species we could get in the game. But this is gorgeous. I can't really place what kind of bird it's really reminding me of. I'm kind of getting some bustard vibes with very parrot-shaped face, and very parrot coloration up in that face. But we get another textured variant here with the green on the feathers. This one looks cool. These might be the females, and that might be the male, but I'm not 100% sure. So this actually looks like the female version. This is the male and this is the female. So we've got a slightly duller one, and then you've got this brighter one, and then this is just showing that you can mix them with the Protoceratops, and I'd imagine the Psittacosaurus goes pretty well with them as well. And so yeah, you get to see them here as they defend their nest, and their baby's got that cursed flamingo baby look, so looks realistic to what we'd expect. These guys next to the Protoceratops just look amazing. This is more for like the challenge mode, is that your dinosaurs can become more famous through hitting some more milestones. So some examples including being an ancestor to over 3 generations of offspring, being naturally born in the park, becoming the leader of a herd, or failing to mate 3 times, basically. So that's going to basically make it so that your dinosaurs are way more dynamic and become more popular. I assume you can do this in franchise as well. It's just probably it's not as important. Animal Look IK. This is something that's going to be super useful to see have animal AI be more realistic, and you can kind of see that the animal will be able to look at different objects in the world if you're pretending like this is an object. And then here we can see it much more in detail, like going up and down. It's being a little wonky, but you can kind of see that we're going to get way more realistic ways that they can look around, and they're going to kind of use that in the combat systems to make everything look super nice. Global grid is something we're going to be able to turn on now, which is going to be able to make you line up buildings much easier. Going to be super useful. Nice feature. And then you can also do fences along the grid now, which is nice. Kind of build some Zoo Tycoon one style enclosures, if you so desire. But new feeders, so they're kind of mixing in some more items into the kind of models of the food. So we've got ribs and stuff in there, and then crabs and squid and the fish. This is the insects, hay, and so forth. And then some different feeder types. So three new types of feeders: the large, small, and long feeders. And so we've got these small little bowls, bigger things, these long troughs, going to be, and there's also plastic materials, which I think that's this here, which is going to look more realistic for a lot of other species. So it's looking really good, and some enrichment feeders. One of the ideas is like a plastic fish carcass. You can see this in some zoos where they'll do like a moose carcass that they actually hide the food in, but the moose is like concrete. So it would be definitely cool to see this expanded to like maybe having a megaloceros feeder, something like that, for more Ice Age predators. Here we can see the Gallimimus are going to be able to use the tall feeder and ground feeders. So that's going to be pretty cool. And they're going to include that with the different hadrosaur species as well. Landscaping improvements, we get a host of new brushes. So we've got some with noise, and then we've got different shapes as well. So that's going to be useful to create this just more realistic terrain and just make it faster. And then this here, you can basically do the same thing with the terrain brushes to just get a nice terrain going really quickly. This is something I'd love to see in Planet Zoo, and yeah, this just Prehistoric Kingdom is knocking it out of the park recently. You're getting way more stuff with grasses as well. They've updated grass making rules, allowing you to easily blend multiple grass types together, which is nice. So we can kind of like the grass texture on this looks so good. I'd love to see Planet Zoo look way better at kind of how they can do this because yeah, it would mean you don't have to spam buffalo grass in Planet Zoo all the time. So, Frontier, take notes. But everyone should also go ahead and please support Prehistoric Kingdom. They're much smaller than Frontier, and so the fact that they're able to do all this deserves support. Go ahead and buy the game if you haven't already. Support on Patreon if you have the funds to do so and want to, because they're doing amazing work. And their final last thing is automatic slope painting, so you can paint slopes with their like terrain brushes to just really make these natural looking rock formations. And you can also do sculpted slope painting. So what's the difference between these again? Oh yeah, so when you create the slope, it will automatically put the correct stuff there. So again, just making your terrain be able to look better way quicker. You don't have to manually do a bunch of stuff, which is really, really nice. And then this is just an amazing picture that we're going to end out on that just shows exactly how amazing Prehistoric Kingdom comes into looking. And while Jurassic World Evolution 3 looks great, and they're going to have a ton of great features that I'm definitely going to buy the game and play a lot, this is certainly a beautiful game, and I just love the look of it. So I'm going to lead you with this. If you did enjoy this Prehistoric Kingdom content, go ahead and like the video. It really helps out. We also do speed builds and live streams of this game, so if you would like to get notified of those, go ahead and subscribe and hit the bell notification. And so, sorry, I have a Discord notification popped up. I realize y'all can see that. You're going to see a black screen on that section of the video, so that's what's happened there. But guys, I really appreciate it, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Thanks, guys.